If you're looking to farm as many Adept and double perk, runneth over, origin trait, seasonal weapons as humanly possible, I got you covered. I'm going to show you my method for how I like to do it completely solo, rather quickly as well, in my opinion. It's not too hard. Absolutely anyone can do this. Very simple build, very simple execution, and it warrants a pretty decent amount of double perk, pre-masterworked, and Adept weapon drops. So, when it comes to the build, your weaponry is not all that important because you're really not using your guns all that much in this method anyway. The only thing that really matters and that is really key is bringing a decent linear fusion heavy weapon that you can destroy the boss from far away with. So I like going with either something like Sleeper Simulant, or if you would like, you could go with Queen Breaker as well. These two just work exceptionally well with the Particle Reconstruction artifact perk. They do amazing boss damage, and they'll get you through the activity extremely quickly. These other two weapons, I like having the Scout Rifle on deck. You can use it the entire run. You can use some a little more close range if you want. It's up to you. And I just like Fusion Rifles because they're really solid this season. As far as the build goes, all that really matters is that we're on Prismatic Hunter. You can theoretically do this on any class, but I like it the most on Prismatic Hunter. And this is the build I recently made a full guide video on. It's exceptional, especially for something like the Nether. It basically makes the no health regen part of the Nether feel completely non-existent with the amount of health regen that this build has. And you're basically invisible 24/7 anyway, so it's really, really nice. Golden Gun Marksman or Shadow Shot Deadfall are going to be your super picks. I like the Golden Gun a little bit better because it gives me restoration with the Facet of Purpose, but Overshield is also good with Facet of Purpose as well. Gambler's Dodge, Threaded Spike to help me make tangles, Grapple for more mobility around the arena, which is very important for one of the puzzles that we're going to potentially be doing in the activity. Stylish Executioner is exceptional for all the plate capture parts of the Nether, where you're just invisible on basically any kill that you get. It makes all the plate captures super easy. Winter Shroud, also another way to debuff targets, kill them to proc Stylish Executioner. And then I like Protection for the DR, Dawn for the bonus damage, Solitude to cut the damage of any of the tanky enemies, specifically the Subjugators whenever I meet them. And then Blessing, melee final blows, start health regeneration. This works both for Threaded Spike and the grapple melee, and it gives you a ton of health. Basically makes the Nether no health regen aspect negligible. As far as exotic, you can honestly go at this without an exotic, but if you have an exotic class item with Spirit of Inmost Light, that is exceptional because your abilities are all up 24/7, which makes it way easier to perma-proc Stylish Executioner. But if you don't have an exotic class item with Spirit of Inmost Light, you can simply go with a Surturacnes Facade helmet or whatever exotic you like, really. It doesn't matter too much. In terms of mods don't really matter at all. In fact, I think my mod setup is actually kind of bad for this, but it literally doesn't matter. It's genuinely not that big of a deal. The only thing that really matters, I think, is that you have heavy-handed for orb generation on melee final blows to pick them up for a purpose to give you restoration, but that's about it. In terms of the actual process, the procedure, you can, of course, do the Tome of Want if you would like. It's not necessary in any capacity, but it is going to supplement your drops if you want to. So you can just plug in any of your scriptures or your taken scriptures to get some bonus drops in the background if you would like, but you absolutely do not have to. I was doing this for like an entire day without doing the scripture, but you can if you want because it will activate the scripture progress meter. But we're going to go to the last city and we're going to do the Nether, this right side node right here, and we are going to set the difficulty to Expert, which is the highest difficulty. Now, don't worry if you don't consider yourself to be a good player, or you don't, you've never really done expert content. It's going to be a piece of cake, I promise you. And if you want to, you can also bring friends into this with you. You don't have to. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to do this completely as a solo player because I know a lot of people maybe don't have people to play with. If you want to farm this with friends, join my Discord server, linked in the description below. You can maybe try and team up with some people in the LFG channel of my Discord server who have all seen this exact same guide, and then you'll blitz through this even faster. But if you do want to do this as a solo player, you're going to load into this instance of the Nether on expert difficulty. Now, we want to land in a very particular area, the Mausoleum. Oh, that's good streamer luck. I got it on the first try. You want to load in this area right here. But if you don't load into this area, all you're going to do, if you load into a different location, is just go ahead and pull this up and relaunch the instance on expert until you eventually load into this area in the Mausoleum. It's, in my opinion, the fastest and easiest one to do this on. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to run around and we're going to do all three of the puzzles real quick. So you have a couple different puzzles that you can have right here. One of them, which you get quite frequently, is the crystal puzzle. And I always love doing this one right away if I have this one. You can see where the puzzles are based on the stars on the map. So that's plate capture right there. I've got the crystal, and then there's pretty much always going to be a puzzle in this room. It'll either be the 3 wizards or the pop the zits. But here's why I love grapple grenade plus inmost light so much for this one. So for this one, once you get back here far enough, the fiery crystal will spawn. So I just grabbed the fiery crystal, and you can use the grapple grenade while you're holding the crystal. And then we can cast a couple abilities to proc our inmost light. Boom, our grapple grenade is already back. And you can just absolutely speed run through this part. Grapple grenade is already back, by the way. I think the crystal gives you extra ability regen as well. But boom, right there, there is one puzzle done. Gonna have an unstoppable taking phalanx here and there. The fusion rifle with unstoppable fusion on the artifact this season is absolutely gonna slice through him, so no worries there. So we're gonna pop these 2 zits. We're 1/3 of the way done already. Next up is the plate capture, which you're typically always gonna have a plate capture. It's either gonna be these 2 plates right here, or it'll be that plate up here. Plate capture is made super easy with this build due to stylish execution and all of our abilities and inmost light. Basically, all we're gonna do is we're just gonna use an ability to get either a grapple melee final blow or a final blow on an unraveled target, or use our dodge to slow them and get a final blow on a slow target. And then we're just gonna like sit in invis and chill on the plate and let it do its thing. Nothing's gonna come anywhere near close to killing us. Just debuff the enemies with slow from Winter Shroud dodge or from unravel from your melee. And then when you come out of invisibility, use one of your other abilities that's inevitably going to be up due to inmost light. And even if you don't have inmost light, they're going to be up pretty frequently. It's this simple. We're just going to camp this plate, dodge these enemies to slow them, pick up the tangle, kill one of the slowed enemies, proc stylish again. And then we just sit on the plates. This one you have to do both plates. So once again, grapple, melee, invis. Couldn't be easier. And then I see that guy's unraveled. This guy's unraveled as well, so I'll kill the unraveled guy. Another stylish proc. As you can see, my health is doing pretty decent. Everything's unraveled permanently. Probably also worth noting, I have Horde Shuttle on as well, the artifact mod, which also makes things a lot nicer. Just kind of chilling on these plates, letting stylish keep us safe. And boom, this one's done. All of these guys will despawn. We'll rip these 2 pimples. And boom, we're already 2/3 of the way done. Now, at this point, you'll probably get this right here, where you have the 3 blights that you have to destroy or else you wipe. Now, typically I recommend doing this. It just takes 2 fusion rifle shots to kill all of them, and it doesn't eat up too much of your time. But if you do complete all 3 of the objectives to spawn the final boss, it will automatically despawn all of these blights as well. So if you're at this point and you're at 2 out of 3 objectives, that one's kind of far away. We have an objective in here. The wizards are super fast. If I had the zits in here, the pimple pops in here, I would probably go and destroy that blight to prevent my wipe and then deal with the pimple pops. But the wizards is literally kill the 3 wizards. Like, we're already done. It's that simple. And as you can see, it says you will be consumed at the top. That's the debuff for destroying the pylons. Once I kill these 2 blights, this is me complete, or the pimples, that's me completing my 3rd objective. That timer up top is going to go to 0. Because that just, all those blights, the white blights automatically despawn whenever you make the final boss spawn. Now, like I said, you can, if you would like, just be safe and clear the blight and then go ahead and go take care of the wizard. It's up to you. But if you have a fast rotation like that, then you're fine to just kind of ignore them. Now here, for the boss ogre, I love to stay right up here on top of this tentacle. The only thing that can possibly touch you is the sniper that spawns right there and right there. That one even can't touch you if you're back far enough because it's invisible. But we're just going to use our fusion, our sleeper, or our queen breaker, and we're just going to nuke the ogre from up on this tentacle. You're in no danger whatsoever, aside from this sniper is going to respawn on occasion. But even so, even if it does kill you, you can't really see it because my webcam's covering it at the moment, but we have 9 revive tokens. So even if I do die, it's like kind of whatever. Really doesn't matter. Once we get him half, he's going to put his shield up. And we're going to have to pop all these zits around the arena to take his shield down to continue damaging him. There's one right there. One right there. One right there. I don't know if I got that one, actually. Boom. One right there. One right there. And one right there. You'll get a feel for the locations as you do this a decent amount of times. Then his shield drops. You can use your Goldie or your Tether. Maybe pop your Prismatic if you want. A little bit of extra bonus weapon damage. Laser beam him a couple times. And you spawn in with 16 sleeper shots, which if you don't use any sleeper on anywhere else in the activity, which why would you? You have more than enough to smoke him. And then he's dead. Everything else is going to despawn. And then you go ahead and loot this chest. And this is where you're going to get your biggest opportunity for getting the adept weapons and the double perk weapons. Let's see if I get any in this run. I did. I got an adept weapon. I got a sword. I would say I feel like probably every... I don't know. I would say probably like 60% of the time I get an adept or a double perk weapon. So it's pretty efficient. I mean, that run took, what my timer says, 6 minutes. And if you're not doing the solo, if you do end up finding some teammates that you want to do this with, it'll be even faster. But once from this point, then all you're going to do is you're going to go to your directory, you're going to go to destinations, you're going to go to last city, and then you're literally just going to throw this on expert and you're going to run it again. And if you don't load into the mausoleum, you'll just relaunch the instance, and you just keep doing that rotation over and over and over and over and over and over again. 3 objectives, nuke the ogre, get the chest, relaunch. 3 objectives, nuke the ogre, get the chest, relaunch. It's as simple as that. That's how I've been going about farming adepts. It's very casual, as you can see. You can kind of like zone out as you're doing it. It's very easy. It's very simple. I don't know what that was. But we're back in the mausoleum, as you can see. So I got a generous load where I got right back in here. So we would just rip it again, get another adept, and all that good stuff. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully this helps you in your pursuit of all your God roll, adept, and double perk weapons. If you did find it helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.